What makes the Miami Dolphins offense one of the most exciting systems in the NFL today? Is it the explosive speed of Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, or is it Mike McDaniel's evolution of the modern wide zone offense? Whatever the answer, one thing is clear. This scheme is a nightmare for defenses and a dream for creative play callers. In this video, we're remaking the Dolphins offense for Madden, giving you all the tools you need to unleash an attack that's just as explosive, unpredictable, and unstoppable as the real thing. To make this your ultimate resource for running the Dolphins offense, here's what we're going to cover in this video. We're going to break down the core philosophies and learn the principles that make this Dolphins attack tick. We're going to break down the key formations and the go-to plays in each formation for this scheme. We're going to look at key concepts and discover the essential plays and concepts that make this Dolphins offense so unique. And then at the end of the video, we're going to be doing an in-game breakdown. You can see the offense live in action and learn how to adjust against real-life opponents. Now, over the course of this modern wide zone offense, we're going to dive into these three offenses, with each receiving its own in-depth breakdown video. All of these schemes will be used out of the Miami Dolphins playbook, so even though they are distinct offenses, they're all meant to be combined into one giant unstoppable scheme. Now, the reason that this Miami Dolphins wide zone offense is so dangerous is it takes the classic wide zone elements of a zone block run game paired with play action and combines them with spread offense staples like RPOs and a horizontal passing attack to create an unstoppable hybrid. So let's break down why this system works and how you can use it to dominate in Madden. Now, at its core, the modern wide zone offense thrives by forcing defenses to overcommit. The run game stretches defenders sideline to sideline, opening up cutback lanes for the running back to exploit. But it doesn't stop there. Every successful run sets up devastating play action passes to attack downfield. Now, under Mike McDaniel, this offense is perfectly tailored to Miami's strengths. With Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle's elite speed, this system overwhelms defenses. Pre-snap motion and RPOs keep defenders guessing, and this creates mismatches and constant confusion. Now, here are some core principles that run through this offense. We want to start with the zone run game. This is the bread and butter, and by stretching the defense horizontally, you're going to create natural cutback lanes for your running back. Patience is key here. Let the blocks develop and then hit the hole hard. Then we want play action shots. You want to use the run game to set up play action, pull linebackers down to open up the middle of the field. Then we want a heavy dose of pre-snap or cheat motion. Motion is a cornerstone of this offense, and McDaniel uses it to create mismatches all over the field. Cheat motion is where a receiver motions out of the formation with speed, and this is a game changer. It gives players like Tyreek Hill a running start, making them nearly impossible to cover. Then we want speed mismatches. Speed kills, and with Hill and Waddle, McDaniel's offense is built to exploit it. The goal is to get these playmakers in open space where they can make defenders miss and rack up explosive plays. Now that you know the driving forces behind this offense, let's break down the formations and plays that make it so tough to stop. First, we're going to be looking at the formation normal Y off close. This is a shotgun 2x2 balance set with a tight end on the field. For our Madden offense, this is going to have a ton of motion to let us outnumber people in the run game, and then this can open up screen passes and then also allow our fast receivers to get open in the passing game. The first play we're going to be looking at is cheat inside zone. This is a great play that uses cheat motion to bring our receiver across the field, and he will become an extra blocker in our run game. This is a great run to get downhill right away, and you want to run decisively, and this can allow you to get some really good pickups with this run. Next up, we have cheat/wheel in. This is a great zone beating play that lets us get multiple vertical options open down the field, and it is great to attack all different types of zone coverage. To set this up, come out with your two receivers to the short side of the field, then take your outside receiver on that side and put him on a streak, then take the outside receiver on the wide side and put him on a curl route. Now, first you want to look to the slot receiver on the short side, and he's going to wheel up the field and get in behind the flat defender. Then the deep blue defender will get run off, and you can drop this ball into the hole for a huge pickup. Next, we can look to the cheat motion tight end as he comes across the formation. Now, he's going to break up the seam, and if the linebacker stays shallow and he is open, you can just fire this in for a great seam shot that works really well off the wheel route on this play. Now, for our check down options here, we have the running back in the flat or the solo receiver on the wide side, and both can be good options if our two vertical routes are taken away. Next, we have two different bunch formations we're looking at, with gun bunch wide and bunch wide nasty, but we're just going to use them basically interchangeably, with the main difference just going to be where the split is for the solo receiver. Now, these formations have a great mix of really good RPOs that let us attack on the ground and through the air, but then we also have a ton of really effective pass plays that utilize motion from both our running backs and receivers to get our best playmakers the ball in space where they can make plays. Now, the first play we're looking at here is RPO zone alert cheat in gun bunch, and this play starts with a cheat motion motion across the formation that can look similar to a ton of our pass plays, but now he will run a swing pass to the outside, and if the defense gets caught inside, then you can just throw this swing right away, and now we're going to have one of our athletic receiver options on the perimeter where he can make plays with the ball. Then if at the snap you see the swing pass is taken away, then you can just hand the ball off, and now we're going to have a really good inside zone, and hopefully that cheat motion is going to pull players out of the box and give us even more room for this inside handoff. Then the next play we're looking at here is PA cheat divide wheels in gun bunch. This play has that same cheat motion as our RPO, but now to be a play action play that is amazing to attack man coverage with 4 really good routes, all attacking different areas of the field. To set this up, come out with your bunch to the wide side of the field, then take the middle player in the bunch and put him on a corner route, then take the tight end and put him on a slant route. First, you want to look to the motion player, and when he breaks up field, if his man player is in a trail position, then you can bomb them deep over the top with the wheel route, and as long as they don't have safety help over the top, this can be a massive gain. Then if you look to that side of the field and our wheel route doesn't have separation, we want to look inside to the post as he breaks, and if he gets separation, then fire it in. Then on the opposite side of the field, we have a corner route from the bunch side, and this is great to attack the sideline as the corner route breaks, and it's really great to keep it away from the user in the middle of the field. Then for our check down option here, we have the tight end on a slant, and he's also going to be our hot if they bring pressure. Then the third formation we're looking at is tight Y off weak. This is a tight condensed formation with 3 receivers on the field. This is a great formation to use a ton of motion and creativity, and this is going to allow us to utilize some super dynamic run plays, and we can get free releases from our big time weapons so they can get vertical down the field for big plays. Now the first play we're looking at is PA cheat wheel post. This play is built around the cheat motion across the field that we can use to get our receiver wide open for huge gains against zone defenses. To set this play up, come out with your tight end to the short side of the field, then take the outside receiver on the short side and put him on a streak, then take the outside receiver on the wide side and put him on a post. First, we want to look to the motion player, and he's going to wheel up the field and get in behind their flat defender, and the deep blue defender will get run off by that streak, and now there's going to be a hole in between the flat and the deep blue, and you can just drop this in for a really nice game. Next, we have the post attacking the middle of the field, and if the user leaves the middle to take the wheel, or the user just stays shallow, then we want to hit this post as he breaks inside. Then for the check down on this play, we have the running back in the flat. You just want to throw it into him if everything is covered deep down the field. Then the next play we're looking at is PA cheat comeback go. This play uses that same cheat motion, but now we're going to use it to set up a deep 1-play touchdown that will get wide open versus cover 3 defenses. To set this up, have your tight end to the wide side of the field, then take the inside receiver on the short side and put him on a streak. Then you want to take the receiver on the wide side and also put him on a streak. So this play works by having our cheat motion come across the field. Then he's going to run a comeback, which will hold down the deep third defender on the wide side. Then the backside streak will hold the middle safety into the middle of the field. And then once the slot on that wide side clears that outside deep third, then you can just throw this ball, and you want to pass lead it as far up and to the sideline as you can. And this can be a great 1-play bomb versus cover 3. Then if you want to take your game to the next level, you need to check out my website, Scheme Kings. Up right now, we have part 2 of this Dolphins offense where I break down a ton more plays that will utilize some really good runs, screen passes, and RPOs to get our best players the ball. Then we have some really good ways to throw the ball through the air that attack both man and zone defenses. Then there's already a part 2 for my Lions modern wide zone offense on the site, and there's going to be a ton more on the way for this whole offense. Then I also have a ton of offensive stuff on the site as well, like my dual threat QB offense, where I break down 6 of the greatest running QBs of all time and how you can use them to their full potential in both Madden and college football 25. Then I also have my spread to run offense, where I break down 3 of the best college football offenses ever, and I have a full defense on the site with my Nick Saban defensive scheme that will work for both Madden and college football 25, along with a Belichick career defensive scheme for Madden 25. So by subscribing to the site, you'll get access to all my Madden 25 and college football 25 content for one price. And for this site, you can purchase the yearly membership, which will save you $50 over the course of the year. And this will run until January 15th. Use code 2025 at checkout to get 50% off your first month if you do the monthly membership. And if you want to check out the site, I will link it down below. All right, now in this section, we're going to break down some essential concepts that are the backbone of this Dolphins offense and help make it truly unique. And first up, we have the RPO and screen game, and these are crucial to this offense because they allow us to dictate terms to the defense. By blending quick decisions with versatile options, we can punish aggressive defenders and get the ball to playmakers in space. These plays are all about isolating a certain defender, and if he bites down, that lets us know we can throw this screen pass or the RPO, and if he stays back to stop the pass, that lets us know we can hand the ball off. The first play we're looking at is HB angle screen. Now this is an incredible screen pass that starts with our running back looking like he's going on a swing pass, but then he arrows back into the middle of the field where we'll have a wall of blockers that he can get in behind. This can turn into some giant gains and is a super unique way to get your running back involved in the screen game. Then there is one other element of this play, and if we don't like the look of the running back screen, then we also have our tight end on an arrow screen, and we can just fire it out to him and attack the other side of the field, and he has 2 lead blockers as well. Then the other play we're looking at is RPO cheat bubble in normal Y off close, and this is a great RPO that starts with a cheat motion from our tight end, and now he'll become our lead blocker in the run game and can help spring us for some really nice gains up the middle. Then for our RPO, we have a bubble screen, and if the defender bites down on the run and the bubble is uncovered pre-snap, now you can just throw this to the outside, and this is just a really good way to get the ball into our slot receiver's hands with a ton of open grass. Then we have motion, and this is one of the defining features of this offense. By constantly moving players pre-snap, we create confusion, mismatches, and openings that let us unleash the speed and skill of our top playmakers. These concepts emphasize using motion not as just a decoy, but as a weapon to make every play dynamic and unpredictable. So then we're looking at 2 plays that work off each other, and first we have jet touch pass and normal Y off close. Here we want to use it where we have our jet motion going to the wide side of the field, and it starts with the slot motioning over, and then at the snap you'll flip it to him. We're going to have a running back as a lead blocker, and you can hit the edge with a ton of speed. This is a great way to scheme the ball into a really dynamic player's hands where he can make plays. Then working off jet touch pass, we have PA jet sweep. We want to set this up with a jet motion going to the wide side once again. Then our only adjustment is take the outside receiver on the short side and put him on a streak. Then once you snap the ball, you will see the jet motion across the field, and this should help pull the user and other linebackers out of the middle of the field. Then we'll fake it to the jet and keep it with the QB, and we're going to have the deep post coming from the wide side, and if the user leaves him open deep over the middle, then we can fire this in for a big gain. Then if the deep post is taken away, secondary options include the tight end on a shallow cross and the running back in the flat as checkdowns, and we can go to either one on this play. Okay, now I'm going to break down how to use this Dolphins modern wide zone offense live in a game so you can see how we sequence our plays and how you can utilize this offense in real game situations. All right, guys, so here we're going to be looking at drive number 1 with this Miami Dolphins offense. We're going to start with the play RPO cheat alert bubble. So this is a play we broke down in this video, and we're going to have this cheat motion from our tight end. We're going to have a bubble screen to the outside. Now, if I see this guy on the edge bite down like I do right here, where this guy bites down on the run, now we just want to flip out that bubble screen right away. So this is 1st and 10. We flip this out right here, get it into a playmaker's hands, make some guys miss, make a ton of guys miss in the open field, and that is going to bring us up to the 41-yard line. Then the very next play we're going to run is cheat slash wheel in. This is another play we broke down in this video, and it's going to have that same cheat motion with our tight end. So it's going to look the same pre-snap as that RPO we just ran, but now our tight end is going to go up the seam, and we're going to have a wheel from our slot receiver. So we're checking the seam right here, which I actually probably could have fit this in if I wanted, but my eyes were kind of on this wheel route. I see the flat defender is riding back with the wheel, so I'm just going to check it down to our running back in the flat, or we have our backside curl route is another check down option. But yeah, I probably could have went to the seam here. 1st and 10, we're just going to fire that in, possession, catch it, and this is going to make it 2nd and 3. So after one kind of incompletion, we're on to 3rd and 3 right now, and on the last play he had called man coverage, so we're going to run a man beater right here. This is a play I actually break down on Scheme Kings. Very, very good man beater. It's going to have a cheat motion, then we're going to wheel back out the other way, and our cheat motion player here is going to run an out route that gets great separation versus man. We also have this post that breaks into the middle, and I probably could have fired into the post. We have a check down here to our tight end. So we have 3 open routes on this play, but we're just going to throw that quick out route on 3rd and 3 to our receiver, get really nasty with the stick right there, make some guys miss, and that's going to be 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. The very next play, 1st and 10, 22-yard line, we're going to run fake cheat HB stretch. We're going to have another cheat motion play where we're motioning our receiver across the formation, and now he's going to become a lead blocker. He kind of whiffs on his block, but does enough to kind kind of get in this guy's way. We feel a cutback lane right here with our running back, and that's going to get us about 7 to 8 yards, make it in 2nd and 3 from the 15. And once again, we're going to go back to our cheat/wheel in play here with our cheat motion from our tight end, and we are looking either wheel route or seam. And right here, right away, I see this player come down. We see no linebacker in the hook zone right here, so that is going to leave this seam route completely open with this motioned over tight end. We're going to drop it in front of the safety. Kittle breaks a tackle, and we dive into the end zone. So that is going to be the drive number 1. Okay, drive number 2. This is going to be a different opponent now, and we are running just starting out with jet touch pass. So this is a great play to use fast receiver. This is something that, you know, the Dolphins would run with Jalen Waddle or Tyreek. Get one of their speed receivers out on the edge. Here, I love this version because our running back becomes a lead blocker on the outside. He's going to pick up a block right there. We're going to try to juke back inside. We turn that into a 3-yard gain. Next play, we're going to go to HB angle screen. Now, this is a play we broke down in this video where our running back is going to leave like he's going to go on a swing pass. Then he's going to angle back into the outside. And as he does, we're going to have a wide receiver up blocking plus 2 offensive linemen out in front. So we just want to get in behind these players, drop it out to him, make a guy miss, get upfield, and we're going to turn that into a real nice game. Now, the next play we're looking at is cheat wheel post. Now, this is a play I'm actually breaking down on Scheme Kings, and this is going to have the same motion out with our running back here, and he's going to get vertical up the field. Now, the great thing with this is if we have a fast running back, imagine Miami when they have Raheem Mostert or Devon Achane, if they do this swing pass out of the backfield, and now we have man coverage and they have a linebacker manned up on our running back, or they have a safety trying to come from the opposite side of the field, now we can just let this fly with our speed advantage to our running back. We absolutely just moonshot this in right to him, spin this guy out of his jock strap, and we are in for the score. So that running back angle play works really well off that cheat wheel post with that same running back motion. Now, for our first play, we're running PA cheat divide wheels. Now, this is a play I'm breaking down on Scheme Kings. We're going to have a motioned over cheat wheel route, which I absolutely love, with a clear out route. That's going to be kind of the first area of the field that we're working. Then we have multiple routes attacking the middle of the field as well if we don't like the look of this route. So kind of look to the wheel route. It gets taken away. Look to the post over the middle. Not really there. So we check it down to our tight end is kind of our check down option right there. We throw in the slant. Nice way to start the drive. Get us to 1st and 10. Then we're going to run cheat/wheel in once again with the cheat motion tight end. He's going to run up the seam. We're going to have our wheel route from our slot. And I want you to look at this release. So they're actually running man coverage here. The man coverage player gets kind of caught up on this streak as it goes up the field. So I see a really nice just trail action here. So I'm able to throw this wheel route up the sideline to our slot receiver, fire that in for a great gain. Now we're going to be 1st and 10 from the 27. Next play we're running is cheat flat X post. This is a play I'm breaking down on Scheme Kings as well. It's going to start with that same cheat motion from our tight end. Now he's going to go to a flat. Then we have kind of a flood concept here like that. And this is just great because the tight end is going to come across the formation. And if we see everybody just getting back underneath all these routes, I believe the user was responsible for this player in man coverage. We can just fire that out, get it into our tight end, rack after the catch, and we're down inside the 3-yard line. 1st and goal from the 3. Very next play, we run RPO cheat alert bubble. Same thing. We want to read this outside player here. If he crashes down, we want to throw the bubble, but on this one, he actually stays out on the bubble, so that means we want to hand it off. We're going to have our tight end being a lead blocker, pick up that D tackle, allows our offensive lineman get to the 2nd level, and we power our way into the end zone for a touchdown. Now, with just what you have here for this Dolphins offense, you'll be in a great spot, but remember, there's part 2 for this video up on Scheme Kings right now that is going to make this whole Dolphins scheme way more difficult to stop. But then if you want a full breakdown of the idea behind my full modern wide zone offense and a deep dive into the personnel we're going to be using for this scheme, and you need to check out the intro video for the whole offense right here.